I'm sneaking around, I see some fish move, and then I throw it.
Boats, boats, boats! Brisbane Yamaha knows boats.
Hi, I'm Aaron, the owner of Brisbane Yamaha, and today to follow on in our popular series of how-to cast nets, bait nets. I recently got asked by one of our YouTubers, show us how to use a bait net without us putting it on our shoulder. Now the thing about a bait net is, they're fantastic. Live bait catches more fish, bigger fish. The biggest flathead I've ever caught was on the biggest whiting I ever caught, and that was on a bait net. So you've got a cord, you put it onto your wrist. This has got a couple of knots. Those knots aren't there by mistake, that stops it from undoing, right, when you're moving around. Then you've got your net, and this is an old net. This is one of my favourites. It actually used to be my granddad's. He used to take me with it. We used to get out there and catch prawns, and he'd drink beer and I'd have a ham and pickle sandwich. Now, so you've got the net, and this net just catches it. And then in the bottom of the bait net is the keeper. See down here, you've got your weights, and then you've got these pockets. That's where all the prawns get caught. Right, so they come down, the net goes over it, the prawns come down, or fish, and end up either getting caught in the net or end up sliding down and getting caught in these keepers here. So, I'm going to tell you there's lots of ways to do it. And I've seen some champion bait net cast netters. Well, Gary Howard taught me how to do this, because my granddad used to put it over his shoulder. It was always wet and sandy, and I didn't like it, because in those days all nets were like cotton, and they're very hot, sandy and wet, and you put them over your shoulder. Some people put them in their mouth. There's lots of ways of doing it, and if you've got a good way, stay with it. But this is a way that I've taught a lot of people, and they all use it. Now, hand out, hand facing out. Take a loop, put it into your hand. You getting this, Dan? Because this is critical. Back out, and I don't move this hand so it doesn't all get knotted up. Back out, into my hand's still facing out. I'll probably get to there, and then I'll come down to about 1 metre and fold it once again into my hand. Can you see that? Then I shake it, and I come straight down, and I grab it anywhere, and I put that loop in my hand. Now I have half the net on that side and half on the outside, yes? So the next thing to do is to come down on the outside, grab a weight and put it back in your hand, and do that 3 times. The basic measurement is 1/3 in your hand, 1/3 hanging, and then you come down and you put 1/3 into this hand. Show that movement, Dan, because that's important. So what I have is 1/3 in this hand, 1/3 in this hand, and 1/3 hanging. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it from the right, and I'm going to lightly spin it. So I'm going through the shallows and I see a school of fish. It's those rocks. So I'm going to spin it out. There's a bit of wind. And look, I can tell you now that I just caught bait. I just caught everything on that rock. Now I hope that's helped. Don't send me stuff and saying there's other ways to throw it. I know there's other ways to throw it. I just think this is the easiest and the best, and you don't get tired. I hope it helps you catch some fish, and we'll see you on the water.